Thanks for joining me for today's yoga practice focused on the Enneagram Type 2. The 2 is the giver, the helper. They're often so concerned about and focused on the needs of others that they can forget the needs and even the wants that they have. And I would ask if you are 2, or if you are someone whose profession is really focused on that giving and providing for others. It's so important that you take time to care for yourself. It is not a selfish thing to engage in self-care. It actually restores and renews you and helps you serve others better. So hold that in your mind today, the importance of self-care, not being selfish, but actually aiding you in helping others. Let's see how it goes. We'll begin our practice today in child's pose, knees apart. Excuse me, Luna. Toes to touch, arms extended out in front of you, forehead to the mat. This is a fabulous place for 2s to begin especially, or for anyone who is hyper-focused on the needs of others. Drawing your forehead to the earth shuts down your field of vision. Often we automatically close our eyes when we get here because there's nothing to look at. If you haven't closed your eyes already, do so. Hear your breath as you lengthen it. Anytime you are feeling a little scattered, a little outside of yourself, perhaps lost, this is a fabulous place to return to come back to yourself. Thank you. Begin to rock your head side to side. And press up onto your forearms. You can draw your knees a little closer together and press that space in between your shoulder blades forward, opening up the upper back. And begin to make your way onto hands and knees. You can stretch out the wrists here, setting the backs of your hands on the ground, preparing them for deeper work. And eventually come to that strong place where the shoulders are over the wrists and the hips are over the knees. On an inhale, gaze up, pull your shoulders back. And on an exhale, round your spine, chin to chest. Repeating that cat and cow movement with your breath a couple more times. And then find the perfect in-between spot, that flat back where the core is engaged, squeezing the belly just a little bit, finding balance, tiny bend in your elbows for stability and strength building. Extend your left leg behind you as if you were standing on a wall behind you. Reach your right arm to the front, pinky finger facing down. Imagine someone pulling you front to back here. There's that kind of length all the way from your fingertips down to your heel. Energy. Exhale, elbow to knee underneath you, rounding your spine like you did in cat. Inhale, reach long. 2 more times. Exhale to touch. On your next exhale, plant your right hand, keep your back leg lifted, bend your knee, begin a little pulsing motion, a lifting and lowering. You can continue that movement, or if you know you have the ability to reach back and grab your right foot, you can, or it's actually your left foot with your right hand. If you've got the foot in your hand, press them together, lifting your knee, gazing over your right shoulder if it doesn't hurt your neck. One more inhale. Exhale, release. Take that long stretch one more time. Place the right hand down and see if you can draw the left leg out to the side just for a moment. And then set the foot flat on the earth. Hip comes down to your heel. A bit of a half child's pose with a stretch for the inner thigh on the left side. Maybe your lower back feels this too. And then come back up to hands and knees. Moving on to the opposite side, the right leg extends behind you, left arm reaches forward. Find the stability and the strength here. And take your 3 exhales to touch underneath you, rounding your spine, chin to chest. Maybe even your forehead touches your knee there, not just your elbow. Next time you get that long stretch, keep the energy in the leg, but set the right hand down. Keep the knee lifted exactly where it is, just bend it and begin that pulsing lift. It's a tiny, tiny lift, but you feel it in the glutes. And then see if you can take the left hand and reach around, grab for the right foot. Pressing your foot into your hand, lifting your knee, gazing over the left shoulder. And exhale, release long. Plant your left hand down, draw that right leg out to the side, toes pointing to the front, and then set the foot down flat on the earth if possible, and drop your hip to your heel, forehead to the ground. Take some deep breaths. Come back to hands and knees. Inhale, look up, drop the belly. Exhale, round your spine, chin to chest. Come back to hands and knees and just step the right foot forward. Help it up there if you need to. Take your hands to your knee and let the hips drop forward. You can lean back, opening your heart. If you want to, you can reach your arms high as well. And exhale, draw your hands to your hips. Lift your hips a little if they dropped pretty low, going for a 90-degree bend in both knees. Keep your right hand on your hip. Reach your left arm up and over. As you're doing so, really actively squeeze the left glute. Think about pushing the hip flexor forward on the left side. Inhale, reach high, and exhale, begin to straighten the right leg. And fold forward any amount, adding any movement you like as well. Flexing and pointing the foot is an option. Place your left hand down, reach your right arm high. Imagine your belly button reaching for the right leg. Exhale, both hands down, walk them forward. Curl your left toes under so you lift that back knee. And you're going to step the foot forward, maybe with one big step. Inhale, half lift, tiny bend in the knees, core engaged, crown of the head extending forward. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, rise up, reach up. Exhale, right hand to your hip, left arm reaches over. Let your gaze be lifted. Inhale through center, and exhale, switch sides. Inhale to the top, and exhale, heart leads as you fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to high plank. Holding here for a moment, feeling that strength, knowing you can always be on your knees in high plank if you need to. One more inhale. And then exhale, take that chaturanga all the way down to the ground. Tricep push up, elbows to the back. Inhale, lift your head, heart, even your hands for a cobra that's using back body strength. Little flutter in the legs if you like. I find that fires up the glutes a little bit more. And then exhale, hands and knees, curl the toes under, take it to down dog. And walk out this down dog. Heels reaching for the earth, whether they touch or not does not matter. I like to lift my toes, draws that force of the heel to the earth a little stronger. Inhale to prepare, and exhale, we're going to return to hands and knees. And step or pull the left foot forward, hands up on the left knee, lean into your stretch. You can lift the arms if you like in that crescent moon. And then draw your hands to your hips, come back to a little bit to 90 degrees if you were dipping low, and reach the right arm up and over, actively squeezing the right glutes, pushing the hip flexor on that side forward just a little bit. Inhale to center, and exhale, take half split, straightening the left leg any amount, does not have to be completely straight. Feeling this in the hamstring. And then planting your right hand, reaching the left arm high, lengthening your spine as you twist. I see I have to stoke the fire again. Then exhale, left hand down. Walk your hands up to frame that left foot. Curl the right toes under, lift the knee, and step your right foot up to meet the left. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold in a little deeper each time. Inhale, rise up, reach up. This time you can interlace the fingers, making a steeple grip, pointer finger extended as you lean side to side, pushing your hips in the opposite direction, maintaining the lift of your gaze. And then we'll add an open twist to the right. If you notice that your hips opened up as well, try to push the right hip forward. Inhale through center, and exhale, switch sides. Again, noticing the hips. If they're open, push them to the front. Inhale to the top. Exhale, cactus your arms, a little back bend. Inhale, reach high, come up off the heels just for a moment. Noticing where your balance is today, honoring it, not judging it. Exhale, heels down, and let the heart lead. Folding forward all the way. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, plant your hands, step back to high plank. You're welcome to keep the knees lifted this time. If you would like, shift forward just a little bit. Take one chaturanga, keeping the body lifted. Inhale, up dog, pressing the hands and the tops of the feet into the earth. Exhale, down dog. Check in with your breath. Let it be long and even, in and out through the nose. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, knee to right elbow, shifting the weight forward just a touch. Draw it to your left elbow. Draw it back to the right. And then reach it high again, three-legged dog. Exhale, step the foot forward in between your hands. Plant the back foot flat. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Trying to shine the left hip forward. Drop your left arm to the front, feeling that pull to straighten your torso to the front as well. Reach the arm high again. Exhale, cactus your arms, dip a little deeper in the knee. Inhale, straighten the right leg, rise up, reach up. Exhale, bend, both the arms and the front knee. Continue that movement with your breath. Two more times. And then take the hands behind you, interlace the fingers. Inhale, open your heart, something twos will be familiar with. Heart opening, shining, giving all they've got. Exhale, take that heart and fold it forward though, protect it. Drop your right shoulder to the inside of your right knee. Let the crown of your head fall to the ground. Draw your chin to your chest. So your heart remains open here. It doesn't change who you are. You're still that giving, loving person, but you're taking a minute to fold in, draw your energy to an internal place. Think about keeping the hips in line with the heels here. Sometimes we tend to drop the hips over to the side or begin to make this into a wide-legged forward fold. So try to draw your energy to the top of the mat. One more inhale. Exhale, release your hands down to frame the right foot. Pop the back heel up. Inhale, rise to crescent lunge. We're going to do the same thing here. Straighten the right leg. Remain on the left toes. And exhale, bend the front knee and the elbows. You might need to maintain a bend in the back leg the whole time to protect your lower back. That's perfectly fine. Crescent there too. Couple more times. The next time you come up with the right leg straight, bend into it, but keep the arms lifted. Exhale, powerful lean forward, drawing the arms behind you. And then begin to step up the back leg just a little bit to where the back foot is flat on the ground. Inhale, reach the arms up and over the crown of your head, still in a little bit of a lean, and begin to fold even more forward, taking pyramid pose. If it's too much to maintain the lift of the arms, you don't want them dropping below in your peripheral vision. If it's too much to keep them lifted, you can certainly return to that V shape. You can also explore whether you prefer the long, flat back stretch here, or whether you'd like to round over, again, dropping chin to chest, weight of the head taking you even deeper into this hamstring stretch. Press into the mat with both feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, rise up. Shift weight into the right foot, lift the left knee. You can stay right here, that's an option. You can take your right hand to your left knee, reach the left arm behind you. You could take your left hand to the outside, right hand to the outside of the left foot, and extend that leg any amount. The final challenge is to turn your gaze behind you. 2 more breaths. And if you're gazing behind you, that's where your left foot is going. So go ahead and release and step to a star pose. Toes in, heels out. And interlace the hands behind you. Opposite grip, the one that you don't first go to, feels a little strange. And then inhale, straighten the arms, gaze up, open your heart. Again, noticing that open heart shining out, that gaze up and out away from self. And then exhale, take it down into a forward fold, drawing your attention back toward your own body, gazing at your legs, at your hips, or closing your eyes, but feeling your torso and your legs drawing closer and closer. Draw the shoulders down your back, and then concentrate on taking the hands up and off of the small of your back. One more inhale. And exhale, let the hands come down and begin to walk around to frame that right foot. Plant your hands, step back. You can hover the leg if you would like as you flow through high to low. You can also just meet us in down dog. Reset the breath. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Draw it over to the right. Draw it back over to the left. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, step forward. Flatten the back foot in its own train track. Make sure you can feel weight in the outer edge of your right foot and rise up to warrior one. And really settle in here. Draw the right arm forward. Notice how your torso is aiming to straighten to the front. Your right hip is drawing in that direction as well. Straighten the left leg. And then come into that motion. Exhale to bend the front knee and the arms. Inhale to lift. Every time you exhale, really press weight into the outer edge of your right foot. Last one, dropping low. Stay low. Inhale, reach the arms high. And exhale, interlace the hands behind you. Open your heart. Take that open, giving heart. Draw it back in toward yourself. Dropping the head. Supposedly, eventually, if you bend your front knee enough, fold forward enough, the crown of your head might even touch the ground. Maybe you're doing that right now. Maybe you never will. Either is wonderful. Be thankful that you can even attempt this yoga practice. Breathe deeply. And exhale, hands to the mat. Pop the back heel up. Find your foundational balance and then rise up to crescent lunge. Deep bend in the left knee, possibly a straight right leg. And then straighten the front leg. Exhale, bend the front knee and the elbows. Moving back, up and down, back and forth. Finding depth slowly each time, sinking a little lower. And the next time you come down, inhale the arms high. Exhale to your lean forward. Engage your core for balance and just step the right foot up a little bit. Keep the back long. If you want to, arms come over your head. And you begin with the steeple grip, the heart, and that long back, drawing forward over the left leg. You can have a micro bend in the left knee. Arms could also be at a T here. Or you could take it into that completely rounded spine. Pressing into the earth with both feet firmly, core engaged. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, rise up. Engage your core, find your balance. Step up to figure 4. Left hand comes to the outside of the right knee, or left hand to the outside of the right foot. Extending the leg any amount. Right arm reaches behind you. Possibly the gaze does as well. One more inhale. And then exhale, the right foot's gonna step all the way to the back of the mat. Toes out, heels in this time. And exhale, hands to your heart as you bend the knees and drop the tailbone. Close your eyes here. Again, drawing your attention and focus inward. Where do you feel yourself supported and balanced on your feet? Rock around a little bit. Then maybe sink lower. One more breath in. And exhale it all out. Inhale, rise up, star pose. And exhale, windmill the hands down to the mat. And flow through high to low. You can keep that back leg lifted if you want. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. We'll take that swing through again. One more time. This time when you come to the right side, maybe you want to extend the leg out straight and then reach it up high. Exhale, step the foot forward in between your hands. Plant your back foot flat. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. We'll take it into that heart opener and humble warrior. Interesting that it's called humble warrior. The two's vice is pride, kind of a false sense of not having any needs and being prideful about that. So think about humble warrior, keeping the heart open, but drawing attention to yourself. Yes, you do have needs and they are quite valid. Hands come down, back heel pops up. Inhale, crescent lunge. This time let's take it to an open twist to the right. You can either maintain open arms there or take your hands to your heart, hooking the left elbow on the outside of the right knee. Inhale to unwind. Exhale, plant your hands, step that back foot up. Again, we're going to take a version of pyramid, this time revolved. Your left hand can come to the outside of the right leg or onto the ground as the right arm reaches high. You want to keep the spine long, though. That's an important aspect here. Crown of the head reaching and extending away from your torso. Right hip pulls back. Exhale, right hand down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands to your hips. Inhale, rise up. Engage your core and step forward with the left knee lifted. We will repeat that dancing Shiva once more, either holding your knee or the foot. Gazing behind you if it's available. And exhale, release the left foot to the back of your mat, heels out, toes in. Once again, interlacing opposite grip with the hands, opening your heart, folding forward. You can hold here, or if you'd like to take it into that head balance, you might have to adjust your hair like I do. Walk the feet out a little bit. If you're just beginning to feel what this might be like, you can lift the heels a little bit, eventually setting the crown of your head down. Let's see if I can do this with everything. Engaging your core. And drawing the shoulders out of the ears. That's something we can forget here often. Hold that single drishti, single focal point. And begin to come out as gently as you can. Walk your hands around to frame the right foot. Make your way back to down dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Take that side to side. Extend the leg out straight if you want, and then reach it high again. Exhale, step it forward. Warrior one is where we're starting. Back foot is in fact flat. Setting up for humble warrior. interlace the fingers, open your heart. Exhale, fold forward. Exhale, hands down, step the back foot up. Flatten it out, kind of square your hips so the feet are in their own train tracks here. And then the right hand comes to the ground or to the outside of the left leg. Left arm reaches high. It might feel like you're pulling your left hip and the crown of your head in opposite directions, front to back. And exhale, left hand down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands to your hips. Inhale, rise up. Coming into the dancing Shiva one more time. Knee lifts. Grabbing for the knee or the foot. Extending the leg any amount. You just don't want to fold over the right leg here. You want to keep your heart lifted. And exhale, release. Coming into that goddess pose on this side. Toes out, heels in. We'll keep the arms out this time. And you're welcome to just maintain the hold or begin to lift one heel at a time. Adjust your stance so that you can lift both heels. And then see if you can sink lower. One more inhale. Exhale, heels down. Inhale, star pose. And windmill the arms down to the mat. Make your way to down dog. Maybe you flow through or you just lift the hips high. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, let the knees come down to your mat. Separate the knees. And we have to do in our two practice, we've got to do a pose that I've selected that's representative of twos, and it's camel pose. I like to curl my toes under so I can reach my heels better. First step is to take the hands to your lower back and really push the hips forward, squeezing your glutes and engaging your core here. That will help protect you. Gaze up. Here is where you could stay, opening your throat, pushing your hips forward. If you can, take your right hand to your right heel and lift the left arm up as you gaze over your right shoulder. Half camel. And once you feel that side, try out the other side, switching left hand to left heel, right arm up and over. And if this is no problem at all, take both hands to your heels. And let your head fall. Really press yourself up to help yourself out of that pose. So you might have noticed and felt, again, there's that gaze all around you, up and over to both sides. And that two focus, constantly outward, also shining the heart, wanting to give not only tangible gifts sometimes, but warmth and love in an effort to receive the same. So consider that. And we'll take it right into child's pose. Not only physically does that open up the back where we were crunching it, but again, it takes the vision from the outside world back to the internal one. Feel your lower back open. Release any tension you're holding there. And then we'll make your way to down dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, bend the knee, point the knee to the ceiling. Hold it as high as you can, or if you'd like to, you can flip your dog, setting your right foot down, gently reaching the right arm up and over the crown of your head. If you flipped, turn back over, lift that right leg high again, and then exhale, knee to wrist, setting your shin on the ground, preparing for that half pigeon. You're welcome to remain lifted. Sometimes it's nice to feel gravity take you deeper, taking a little balance there, and then fold forward. Rest your head on your hands or a bolster or pillow if you have it nearby. Come back to your deep breath. Find stillness in your body, letting go of any fidgeting or shifting so that you can concentrate fully on the breath, deepening it so much that it moves your body subtly up and down. And take time to notice the sensation internally. How is it different at the top of that huge inhale versus the bottom of your complete exhale? Last 2 breath cycles here. And slowly begin to press up and out and go ahead and sit down. Just roll onto the right hip, rotate to seated, and take the sole of your right foot to the inside of your left thigh. Right arm reaches up and then over to the outside of the left leg. You can remain twisted here if you don't have any forward motion. If you've got a little forward motion, begin to fold or lean forward over the left leg. Inhale, rise up. Plant your right hand behind you. Come onto your right knee. Lift your hips up off the ground. Reach up and over the crown of your head, maybe behind you as well. Open what needs opening. Do what's best for you. And then plant the left hand down. We're going to set up for half pigeon on the other side from down dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale. Ah, yes, we'll bend the knee. We did that hip opening. Maybe even flip the dog gently with control. And if you flipped, come on back over and set up on the other side. Draw your knee down to the mat, a foot in front of your hips, any amount. Walk the right leg back a little bit. Noticing how the side feels different and accommodating it, giving it what it needs, supporting it how it needs support, eventually folding forward. Just reminding you once again, if you are a giver, a helper, it is not selfish to take this time to focus on your own body, your own breath, your own needs. Consider this in a way that you are helping others by taking care of yourself. But also, you're completely worthy of that self-care. With every exhale, feel something melt. Allow yourself to let go. It's nothing you need to be holding. You can even think the word release with every exhale. Two more breath cycles. Begin to press yourself up. Sit onto that left hip. Extend the right leg. And draw the sole of your left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Sit tall. Take the left arm up and over to the outside of the right leg, either remaining in that twist, beginning to lean or fold forward. Inhale, rise up. Set your left hand behind you. Come on to the left knee. Lift the hips and open up the side body, the heart, the neck, whatever you need. Eventually coming back to your last down dog. Deep inhale. And then exhale, walk your feet to your hands and through your hands, coming to sit down, legs extending out in front of you. Bounce the knees just a little bit. Extend your arms forward. And then slowly with control, begin to roll onto your back. Just a little bit at a time. When you get there, take a long body stretch. And then pull your knees into your chest. Draw the knees open wide, and you might keep your hands on your knees, or you can reach inside your legs, grabbing for the soles of your feet. Seal your lower back, your shoulder blades to the ground. If they pop way up off the earth, then you might want to maintain the hold on your knees. Draw the knees together. Extend the legs straight up, candlestick pose. For more of a yin experience here, you could sit on your hands or hold on to your legs if that's helpful. We also got shoulder stand if you would like to do that, drawing the feet up and over first so you can rock shoulders underneath you, keeping the elbows as close as you can to one another, supporting your lower back, lifting the feet. If you're in shoulder stand, you can take it to plow or ear pinning pose. Plow, the legs are straight. Ear pinning pose, the knees are bent. Eventually coming all the way onto your back. Keep your right knee pulled in. Extend the left leg straight. Take it into a spinal twist. Draw that knee across your body, over to the left. Turn your gaze. Reach your arm to the right. And come back to center. Let the right leg go. Pull the left knee in. And switch sides. And begin to make your way into Shavasana. Now, as you're rolling onto your back and preparing for that, I am going to put a birch log on the fire because I really would like a flame here for Shavasana. And birch burns beautifully. This fire is almost out in embers, but if we can get the birch bark going, it'll be a nice flame. Allow yourself in Shavasana to find a place of true rest. And for this Shavasana, keep your hands on your belly. It is a gesture of self-care. Allow your legs to relax, your feet to flop open, and close your eyes. If it's difficult to keep them closed, cover them. Allow your breath to return to its normal subtle state through the nose or the mouth. Touch the tip of your tongue to the back of the roof of your mouth and then release it. Relaxing tension in the jaw and the brow. Allow yourself to feel supported in this place by the earth beneath you, by the love within you, and by the love around you. You are loved and you are supported. Begin to deepen your breath. And rock your head side to side. Bring movement into the fingers and the toes, wrists and ankles. Take a full body stretch. And draw your knees in. Rock to one side, resting your head on your arm as a pillow. And then make your way up to a seat. If your eyes popped open, go ahead and close them again. Sit tall. Notice your breath. Notice how you feel inside. Ask yourself what you might need after this class. Draw your hands to your heart. Let it be that universal gesture of gratitude, and may it be from yourself to yourself. Thanks for joining me today. Finally, my birch bark is burning and it's warm and beautiful. And I hope that you also experience something so lovely, so beautiful today. May it be a day of self-care. May you at least take a moment of self-care. Do something just for you today so that you can go on and do more for others. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.